We are at the American Royale. It's a beautiful day, and we have the one, the only. Come on, say it with me.
Jonathan
Jones. Jonathan Cooks Barbecue. Let's go, bro. What's you been up to?
Man, I'm happy to be here, dude. This is one of my first big competitions to come and get to see in person, and it's one of those things where, like, over the last 5-6 years, I've been saying, I'm gonna get down there when I can. I'm gonna get down there when I can. So to be here, I'm here with Oklahoma Joe's, and that's been a beautiful relationship, and getting to come down, meeting y'all in person, because we did our podcast.
That's right.
We had a good old time then, man. This is just like, it's really cool to see it all come to a head, and I'm looking forward to doing these things more, and more now than ever. You know what I mean? And all the different ones, because I want to get down to Memphis in May as well, and some of that hot luck stuff. But when they told me the American Royal 2022 was coming up, do you want to come? I said, do I want to come? I'm there.
Then you got to think
Done.
about it.
My bag's already packed.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. That's cool, man. I mean, to me, it's our first time out here, right? So, I mean, obviously, we've seen some big cook-offs. Nothing on this kind of stage, right? I mean, it's amazing. This whole venue, being at this racetrack, right? It's kind of cool little vibe that people can't see it behind us. We do have a video running, but there's like the whole track and the grandstands are right behind us. It's pretty damn badass.
Right.
So the Oklahoma Joe, that's who brought you here. I know we talked about this on the podcast, but you've really partnered up with them, right? I mean, as far as
the way the whole thing started was, cooking in the backyard, and I had a couple of their products, and I was just always tagging them and shouting them out. And my wife and I, we started a nonprofit called Smoke and Hope, where we give back to the community through the passion of barbecue. And when they saw what we were doing, they loaded us up, man. Like, if you see my backyard, we just got a bunch of their products back there, and when we cook for 200 to 300 folks, we just load them up on all them different smokers. We get the job done. We partner up with some amazing local businesses there in the Phoenix, Arizona area that have been gracious enough to pour into what we're doing. Oklahoma Joe's has been a big player in the growth that we've seen, and also the progress that we've made within changing the narrative and creating a dialogue within the community, man.
That's right. And that's what I love about this whole thing. It's like, obviously you have a passion, right? This is your passion, and then we were talking with somebody the other day where they just kept at it. We were at the Chive Studios in Austin, right? And one of the ways that he actually got hooked up with this company called Grill Your Ass Off was he was using their seasonings, and he was tagging them all the time. And finally they turned around and said, you know what? Who is this guy? It's creating all this really good food with our product. Let's call him up. Let's see if he wants to join up with us. So he actually went to work for him. You know what I mean? And he's doing sales and marketing for him because he was a guy working a job somewhere else that has his passion. And same for you. You have a passion for barbecue, but you also have a passion for giving back, right?
100%.
That's really what this thing's about. And then watching your growth, you partner with Oklahoma Joe, and then all this. I mean, it's not like, obviously, y'all's hard work is what has really pushed this, but having a partnership with somebody else, and all of a sudden you're like, man, are we just flying right now? Is this thing just taking off? I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. And what's awesome too is, like, the folks that have followed me from the jump, man, they get to see that and they get inspired from it. Like, none of this stuff is about trying to look cool or look at me grill this stuff up, man. It's about empowering and inspiring other everyday folks. We got to go to work every day. We weekend warriors. We want to cook good food for our families. If we can inspire them to just, like, stay the course, find what you love to do and what you're passionate about, and try to turn that into something that not only you get personal gain from, but that you can also pour back into other people. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
go
ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, we were walking yesterday and saw you down there. What did they have you doing down there? Just shooting it with folks walking by, or?
Yeah, so we're shooting content. We're helping out on the social side of things. You know what I mean? Now more than ever, people want to see the behind the scenes, and they want to see the energy. And when they called me up and they said, "Hey, we want you to be the dude," I said, "Hell yeah!" And then they surprised me and said, "By the way, Joe Davidson's is going to be here He's actually here today. He's going to do this big old event thing, and for me, I've studied these guys. I've seen them come up throughout the years, doing my research, and he just got inducted to the Barbecue Hall of Fame.
Hey, right here, the MBBQA.
Right.
We're staying right in front of the trailer where he was inducted at.
It's amazing, and there's a long lineage and heritage to barbecue, and just seeing like these guys that started in their backyards too, started building stuff in their garage, welding shit together. I don't know if I can. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hey, we're not PG.
It's really inspiring to see, and then also we get to change the narrative too, right?
That's right.
Like we get to add a little more culture, a little more flavor to the whole thing, and that's what barbecue is about. It's about inclusive of everybody. I always tell people, pull a seat up to the cookout. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, when they let me know he was coming through, and I'm like, yo, that's a big cat. And then I'm walking around here, I bump into y'all, and then I'm seeing all these titans in barbecue. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like I'm in Disneyland right now.
Yeah, that's what it's like. We're the same way. But I will tell you this: when I was walking, I actually didn't know that was you. And I looked over and I was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "You know what I mean?" Because I've seen you on your films, right? On your TikToks or your social medias, but I've not seen you in person, right? And then you're like, "Oh shit, let's grab the brisket right here. What's going on?" So that was kind of a cool moment, just to kind of face to face, right?
Yeah,
have a beer.
And seeing these guys too, man. Like these guys, man. I've been following these dudes for like forever. And when they, for the most part, I get to say, "Hey, man, I'm Jonathan." Like, I'm a big fan. But like to see, man, Joe Davidson say, "Man, I love what you do." Like I'm just like, what? Like, you seen that? Like,
it's weird when people walk up and you're like, you think nobody sees your content, or nobody's like, I mean, this is so weird. We had, we're walking around. We came into a kid that was it Caden? Caden. He's like, I love the show. I love grabbing the brisket. I mean, he watches all our content, and he's like, and I'm like,
showing his mom, hey, check this out.
These are the guys I'm talking about. I was like, it took me back for a little bit because I was like, holy crap, that I got kind of like choked up a little bit. I was like, that I didn't think anybody watched our stuff or listened to our stuff, but you reach out and then people.
It was cool
grab
tried
hold
to
of
sign his forehead. Then it was really
why did? Then the mom was like, "What are you doing?" And he signed her arm.
It's just a Sharpie. Don't worry.
It's it'll wash.
Broke out a tattoo gun.
We were actually honored enough to have Joe Davidson on the podcast, right? Last year, I think, maybe. Yeah. Great interview. It was such a fun interview for us, and how, obviously knowledgeable, but down to earth that he was. I did not really. I was hoping, it would be a good interview, but you just never know with some people. It was a phenomenal interview with him. So if you're listening to this, go back, check that episode out. Also, please check out the episode with John over here, John Jones, Jonathan Jones, MMA. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I tell people, Jonathan BBQ, like, John Jones, as of late, like, he got a lot of heat going on.
Oh, he does. It ain't that John Jones. No, this is the barbecue John Jones. All right, come on.
Did you get a chance yesterday to walk around, try any of the whole hog or anybody else's barbecue?
The shed, man, they shut it down, dude. We went into that Prairie Fresh party, man. Chef John Paul had them sandwiches popping. I don't know if y'all heard about them. Man, it was just cold-blooded, and it's cool because y'all know how it is, man. You get passionate about cooking and you trying new things out. But when you see some of these guys in person and you see them cooking and you see them cutting and putting it together, and then you get that real time feedback, it's amazing. And it was everything. The hype is real. You know what I mean? Right. And walking around and bumping into all these people, man. It's a blessing. You know what I mean? Like, this is for me. This is no different than if someone walked into a football locker room. You know what I mean? Your head would be on a swivel. You seeing, oh man, that's him, and that's, he plays this position.
Andy Dalton was here yesterday.
Crazy.
Seriously.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. He walked right by and somebody goes, "That's Andy Dalton." I said, "That guy's not big enough to be Andy Dalton." So they ran after him, right? And they came back with a picture, and I go, "Oh no, that is Andy Dalton. Have a nice day."
Look at this picture. We just sacked Andy Dalton.
Right. Red rifle.
That was the last time you were allowed here.
I love it.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. I wanted to come on here too and give y'all flowers, man. Like, doing what y'all do, man, spreading the word. introducing a whole new audience and a whole new brand of folks to what barbecue is and what barbecue means to a lot of people, man. Like, I want to give it up to y'all right now as well. Bro.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much,
it,
brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Seriously. So what's next for you? What's on the agenda for today?
So we're gonna be going around. We got the Joe Olympics coming up. They're gonna have some fun games with the Oklahoma Joes team. We're gonna be getting content with them. We might hop in there and get a little weird too.
Okay.
You know, other than that, man, I'm just like, I think I just got over being starstruck. So now I'm just take it all
Soak
in.
it
You know
all in.
what I mean?
Own
I
it.
love it.
Own it.
Yes, sir.
Love it.
And we get to kick back, have a few beers now
Definitely,
too.
definitely.
The work is done.
Right.
Hey, Jonathan, hey, we definitely appreciate you taking time out of your
I
busy
appreciate it
schedule
too,
to
man.
talk a little barbecue with you.
And Mrs. Jones,
That's
man.
right, Jones.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Hey, y'all take care.
That was
It's
awesome.
good.